Do you use Craigslist? I'm Tia Tran. Coming up next on WVU News, I'll tell you how danger is just a click away.
I'm Victoria Licata, and coming up on WVU News, I'll tell you what kids are using to bully beyond the classroom.
I'm Nicole Linder, and I'll tell you how universities are using Snapchat. Our award-winning WVU News starts now.
Social media is no longer a fad, but a shift in the way we communicate and network. Sites like Twitter and Facebook are building blocks for the future. I'm Victoria Licata, and welcome to All Things Social Media edition of WVU News.
And I'm Andrew Seeley. In this week's special edition show, we'll focus on social media issues that affect you. These stories and more straight ahead on WVU News.
Yet I understand that Craigslist is the 10th most popular site in the country, but it's gaining national attention for its crime-related activities.
And killers, rapists, and scam artists are reported to be using Craigslist. WVU News reporter Tiet Tran joins us in the studio to tell us how you can protect yourselves online. Tiet?
Thanks, Andrew. Victoria. Major Craigslist crime include murder, robbery, and scams. The most recent report linked more than 300 crimes to the website. With recent allegation of a Craigslist killer in Pennsylvania, police are telling users of the site to be aware that danger may be lurking behind most legitimate ads.
Police say they have caught the Craigslist killer.
To cover up for the Craigslist crime.
Craigslist killer now claims to have murdered 22 people.
For the past decade, there has been over 9 Craigslist killers convicted. But what doesn't get national attention are the other crimes that happen through a simple exchange.
If it's a deal that looks too good to be true, it's one of two things. It's either illegal or it's not a good deal.
$60 for a couch, roommates wanted, volunteers needed. These are the things people go on Craigslist for. But what gets overlooked is the danger they can put themselves through, like Jaquan Willis, when doing these transactions.
We picked a time and place where we were going to meet. He wanted cash, I had cash. I went by myself. I shouldn't have, but I did. I went to this little secluded area. It's kind of sketchy, I thought.
There are over 200 million new posts worldwide on Craigslist a day. That's about 50 billion a month. Now, if you see a post that could potentially be dangerous, all you have to do is flag it. But if you feel comfortable meeting up with this person, meet in public during broad daylight, and always have your cell phone. The best tool you can use when meeting up with someone on Craigslist is...
I think it's a lot about using common sense.
And never go by yourself.
If you are going to meet with someone who you've contacted on Craigslist or some other social network, it's always good to have friends with you when you first meet.
I learned that I always take someone else with me. I never go alone.
Official also mentioned when meeting up on Craigslist, let someone know where you are and when you should be back. If you would like more information or safety tips, follow the link at the bottom of your screen. According to the Craigslist safety page, billions of human interactions are made through its site, and the chance of a violent crime is extremely low.
The interactive nature of the internet can be dangerous for everyone, and especially young people who are targeted as victims of bullying. I found out how cyberbullying is affecting some students in Morgantown.
Yeah. I'd have to Google it.
Cyberbullying has been making headlines for over 10 years, and with ongoing advancements in social media, kids are continuing to be bullied.
She's probably tweeting as we speak about someone.
2 local 8th graders here in Morgantown have dealt with cyberbullying firsthand.
It kind of made me feel a little bad, but I knew that she wasn't my friend anymore because a true friend wouldn't send a bad text message.
Experts say over 80% of teens use cell phones daily, leaving texting and social media at their fingertips. With the growing popularity of social media like Twitter and Facebook, nearly 43% of kids have been bullied online. Many parents are left looking for ways to keep their children safe.
Feel angry, you want to go and do something about it, as a parent, you want to do something and you want to protect your child.
So when is the right time for parents to step in?
I would not let it last longer than definitely a couple days. You know, it's like if it persists over a course of several hours to days, then it's already enough.
After being bullied on Twitter, Anna says she now keeps a close eye on social media.
If she follows me, then she'll just say more things about me. So if I follow her, I know what she's saying about me and I know what she's saying about other people.
School officials say if your child is being bullied, that you should alert the school immediately or tell the police.
A study shows that cyberbullies spend more time online than the average teenager. Statistics also show that 1 in 4 victims are bullied more than once.
Harassment online is brought to a whole new level with cyber stalkers. Your social media account includes a lot of your own personal information.
And it may also be revealing more than you expected. WVU News reporter Josh Cooper discovered a new app that allows anyone to trace your whereabouts.
Cyber stalking is about to get to a whole new level with an iPhone app called Social Radar. The app allows you to track your Facebook friends and Twitter followers in real time through a GPS. Sarah Cooper, a WVU student, shares her own experience about being stalked on social media.
He followed me on Twitter, Instagram, every social media site I had, and everything I put on there he had access to and was reblogging and retweeting.
With Facebook alone having 1.1 billion users and with 1 in 5 Americans saying their stalker used technology to find them, it is becoming more important to find out who you are friending on Facebook. In Morgantown, WVU police say they get 10 to 12 cyber stalking calls per year. WVU Police Chief Bob Roberts says to always report it to have it on record.
They need to report it because in today's environment, you don't know when someone may actually go from the electronic version of stalking to actually physically attacking someone.
16% of stalkers use Facebook to harass their victims, but there are ways to avoid people on Social Radar. Make sure you know who your friends are before you accept a friend request. If you think they are dangerous, simply decline them, and you will be protected. With Social Radar on the scene, Sarah will now be more careful with who she is friends with on social media.
Now I guess it is a big deal because people have so much access to where I am.
In West Virginia, it is now against the law to harass someone on social media. Josh Cooper, WVU News, Morgantown.
Although social media challenges our privacy, it can also bring people together on a personal and professional level. Florida universities are using Snapchat to recruit, advertise, and engage students.
The app allows its 26 million users to quickly share pictures and videos. WVU News reporter Nicole Linder found out how a quick snap could connect WVU students and its student body. She joins us now at the anchor desk with more. Nicole?
Thanks, Andrew and Victoria. Snapchat allows users to take a snap or a photo or video that deletes after 10 seconds. Almost 3 out of 4 college students say they would open a snap from a popular brand.
Snap, share, erase. The world of Snapchat is about to get a lot more educated. The popular photo sharing app is gaining the attention of universities and colleges across the U.S., and students can understand why.
With Snapchat, we can just take pictures of ourselves, or videos of wherever we are, and we can instantly send it without having to save the photo. It's just a lot more efficient.
77% of college students are said to be using Snapchat daily. Big-name universities across the country have started using the app as a way to communicate and promote campus events.
I probably use Snapchat like as much as some people use Twitter, so it would just be like another way for me to be like updated with what's going on in the university.
It's estimated that over 400 million Snapchats are sent each day, a figure that is snapping past the number of daily photos uploaded on Facebook.
Despite the growing number of users, some universities have yet to join the Snapchat community.
What we've kind of found out is we can do the same types of things on Twitter and Instagram that we could do with Snapchat and reaching the same type of people. So current students who are interested in WVU, we can still talk to them.
Dobie says although WVU does not have a Snapchat, the university pays close attention to all social media trends and could expand its presence in the near future.
A WVU Snapchat account could connect fellow Mountaineers with happenings at the university. Users can share what they value most about the Gold and Blue.
Dating websites connect millions of users each year, where 1 out of 8 couples who meet online get married. However, online dating can also be a dangerous playing field. There are 54 million singles in the United States. 41 million of them have tried online dating, where most use sites like Match.com and eHarmony. Users can search these sites for someone that fits their interests, but a person's profile can't fully represent him or her in person. Some users have faced the unpredictable.
I went with a friend to meet this person, and it ended up with a hospital stay, so it wasn't a very good situation.
Experts say to use caution when meeting people online and to always meet someone in broad daylight.
For any type of social media profile, post, or comment, you need to act professionally because your next viewer may be your employer. Social media for hiring purposes is at an all-time high. 92% of companies are using social platforms for recruitment. LinkedIn leads as a recruitment tool where 3 out of 4 employers say they made successful hires. Social media users should also watch what they post online. 1/3 of employers rejected candidates because of things they saw on their profiles.
I would say maybe about 30% out of 100. I get from, that, and LinkedIn has been an unbelievably credible source.
And even if you don't provide your social media accounts, most employers will Google your name and still check your accounts. Professionalism stretches from the workplace to the playing field.
Sports anchor Brittany Kavanaugh joins us to tell us why safe posts are better than losing a position.
Straight ahead on WVU Sports, I'm Brittany Kavanaugh. With over 41,000 followers on Twitter, WVU Sports is where you can get all the latest on the Mountaineers. Find out more coming up next.
We're all different. Our interests, our backgrounds can influence our futures. But without focus, they're just dreams. But what if someone could give your interests life? If they could give your background power? If they could fuel what motivates you? That's what gives dreams meaning, purpose. And perhaps that was the moment you knew you wanted to be a Mountaineer.
Social media is a way for Mountaineer fans to support, contact, and keep in contact with their favorite student athletes.
Brittany Kavanaugh is here in the studio to tell us why social media rules benefit the players and the fans.
Thanks, Andrew and Victoria. Social media sites like Twitter and Facebook create a direct line of communication between student athletes, their biggest fans, and the online community. While pro athletes can speak their mind with hardly any regulation, student athletes are bound by university policy to be appropriate, fun, and engaging online. 1 in every 5 people in the world own a smartphone. Many use their social media sites to monitor their favorite sports teams. Well, I like to know who gets signed right away, and I like to know the scores. You don't even have to watch games, just check Twitter. Fans can have a sense of the game at their fingertips. With social media sites like Twitter, they can view player profiles and team records.
You don't have to look at the paper the next morning to find out like a breaking news story anymore. You're going to see it the minute it happens.
WVU sports teams are always connecting with their fans. Whether it's at home or away, the Mountaineers always bring their followers along for the ride. Even if you can't attend your favorite team's game, you can still keep up with the action. You can do this by simply following them on your social media page. The Mountaineers travel in season when qualified for the NCAAs. Many social media users prefer to connect with players on a more personal level.
I've definitely tweeted at Bruce Irvin since he shows us so much love. I have to show him some love.
Although connecting with fans has its perks, athletes should be aware of what they post. Not following the rules can get themselves and their team sanctioned by the NCAA. With Mountaineer sports seasons coming to a close, fans are invited to connect with the teams for news during the off-season. WVU is also educating athletes on how to properly utilize their social media through pro sport role models, but it is ultimately the athlete's responsibility to positively reflect the university. Andrew and Victoria, back to you.
Acting as a professional requires multiple responsibilities on social media.
And for a common rule of thumb, if you're in doubt, it's better to just not post anything at all.
Well, that wraps up our special edition of WVU News. All things social media. Be sure to visit us online at our website. You can also watch any of our shows on YouTube.
And don't forget to follow us and our reporters on Twitter. Thanks for watching WVU News. We'll see you next time.